Live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. All eyes, of course, on the winter storm, which is arriving as we head into this evening. Really ramping up, though, as we head into tonight. Looking at our satellite and radar right now, you can see that storm off to our south, moving through New York, Pennsylvania. That's reaching us later on tonight, likely between 7 and 11 p.m. or so. So welcome in, everybody, as you're just joining. Of course, we're talking about the winter storm headed to Maine that arrives tonight, continuing through much of the day tomorrow. And yes, I think school delays and cancellations are very likely. Let's jump right into our forecast here. We'll show the snow map here. 4 to 8 inches across most of southern Maine, including all of Cumberland County, Greater Portland included in that. All of York County as well, Sanford, York, Kittery, Ogunquit, Wells, all included in that as well. Kennebunkport, Kennebunk, southern Oxford County, Freiburg, Rumford, also included in that 4 to 8 inch range, as well as Lewiston, Auburn, and parts of the Augusta area. I think Augusta is kind of on that line between some of the higher totals to the south and the much lower totals towards the north. And there could be some locally higher totals up to 10 inches or so. Yes, I'm sure the plow companies are happy. Thanks, Matthew. Finally, some plowable snow. Yeah, I agree. I am looking forward to it. It's going to be a nice, pretty snow, and it's going to be all snow. No icy mess this time. I'm sure many of us will appreciate that, especially the skiers. And if you're a skier in Maine right now, you've got to be looking at this forecast, jumping up and down for joy. We've got so many good snowstorms on the way for the mountains. We're probably going to end next week, I wouldn't be surprised, with 35 to 40 inches of new snow in the mountains by the end of next week. So yeah, it's going to be quite a wintry stretch in the mountains, especially. So really, we get to enjoy all of that snow. Us day custodians will be busy. Yeah, I bet you will be tomorrow. There's probably going to be a lot going on in terms of plowing and clearing, and I would think that schools very likely to be delayed and canceled out there, especially in that 4 to 8 inch zone. So take a look at our snow map here. Highest totals here in southern Maine. Isolated totals up to 10 inches can't be ruled out here, and I would say Portland is more in the 6 to 8 inch range for this storm. Travis said, I can deal with all snow, easier to move. I agree. Sleet and ice, especially combined with snow, can really just be treacherous and difficult to move. All right, let's talk about what we're expecting for tomorrow. We're going to see the steady snow, potentially heavy at times as well, early in the morning, tapering off to a lighter snow by the afternoon. Highs in the mid to upper 20s to right around 30 degrees tomorrow. So that's why it's going to be an all snow event. Not really dealing with those same issues that we've been dealing with the past couple storms that we've been so close to or even above freezing. This time, this one looks to be all pretty much below freezing. So it should stay all snow for us here. How much snow were you supposed to get in Brunswick? 4 to 8, probably more like 6 to 8, Beth. I would say you a very, very good chance of getting a half foot of snow in Brunswick. Scott, hoping for canceling, depending on where you are, Scott, very good chance tomorrow, I would think. How much for Gray? 4 to 8 inches, likely more towards the 8 inch range, though, of that, Cindy. So thanks for all the questions, guys. Keep them coming. I will be happy to answer them as you ask them. So let's jump into the timing here and look at our storm tracker. Clouds increasing through the day. There's actually a little bit of sunshine out there right now. It's pretty nice out this morning. In fact, great to get in a walk and get all your things done today before we've got that messy weather heading our way tomorrow. Here we are, 6 p.m. Notice the front edge of the snow crossing southern New Hampshire. By this point, it will reach Maine between 7 and 11 p.m., closer to 7, of course, in York County, closer to 11 in the mid-coast up towards the Augusta area. Let's track this out as it moves on in. As we head into the rest of the nighttime hours, here we are, 2 a.m. So midnight tonight, that's when things are really going to ramp up here. We're going to see snowfall coming down at rates over an inch an hour in many locations. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow very quickly overnight. We'll probably wake up to a half foot of snow in many locations. How much for Standish? Thank you for asking, Lisa. 4 to 8 inches there, and I'd say probably closer to the 8-inch than the 4-inch. Great day for most dogs. Yes, I would agree. Susan, same story in Old Orchard Beach. The great news with this storm is that we are all getting right around the same amount of snow. It's been very consistent. Even since a week ago, it was looking like we would see an all snow event. So that is great news. And I'm sure, for us forecasters, because the last few storms have just been a headache to forecast, this one is just so much more tolerable and easier to forecast, and looks like it'll be easier to handle as well. Power outage risk, very, very low. Winds will only gust up to 25 miles per hour, not nearly enough for power issues. It's really not going to be all that windy during the storm. A bit breezy at times, but not especially windy. Canceled a comedy show tomorrow night. Comedians are traveling from Mass. Good call. I would say so, yes. I mean, by the evening tomorrow, the snow will be pretty much done, and I feel like they do a pretty good job with plowing the Maine Turnpike, especially several hours after the snow had ended. But it's good not to make other people travel in the snow, I would think. So probably a good call there, but if you had it anyway, probably also would have been okay. Scott, Mace, heavy or light snow? Heavy snow tonight, midnight to 9 a.m. Lighter snow thereafter until we wrap up tomorrow afternoon. All right. And you can see here we are at 2 a.m. and we are green, which is near Lewiston, probably closer to 5 to 6 inches. Serenity, thank you for asking about green. Probably around 5 to 6 inches there. So here we are, 2 a.m. Let's keep advancing this into the morning commute time frame here. Here we are at 8 a.m. Notice how all of us still seeing moderate to heavy snow out there, even for the morning commute. And by this point, we'll probably already have 5, 6 inches on the ground in many locations, with moderate to heavy snow still coming down. So the morning commute tomorrow is going to be very, very messy. I just don't see it very likely that many kids have school tomorrow. I think there's going to be a lot of cancellations out there tomorrow morning. So if you're a kid or you're a parent and you're hoping for a snow day tomorrow, I'd say the odds probably way better than a coin flip. I'd say 80% or so for most of these southern Maine districts for cancellations tomorrow. So here we are, 8 a.m., steady to moderate to heavy snow falling out there. It gradually tapers off as we head through the day. So the worst conditions tomorrow in the morning. If you do have to drive or travel tomorrow, by the afternoon and evening, much improved conditions and the snow will stop. So it'll allow the roads to get plowed, and I bet much improved travel conditions. So if you can just hold off on driving tomorrow until really late morning, early afternoon, you should be in much better shape. So I bet there's no school. Yep, I think that's a good, I wouldn't guarantee it, of course. I'm not the one making that decision, but I would say it's a very good chance that we see a lot of cancellations and delays tomorrow. So snow comes to an end tomorrow between 4 to 7 p.m. for most of us, potentially earlier in some spots. We clear out Friday night into Saturday. It's going to be a cold start to the weekend with highs or with temperatures in the teens. Travel impacts. All right, overnight tonight, midnight, especially from around midnight until, of course, the morning commute. Very treacherous travel. Morning commute looks very messy tomorrow with all the fresh snow and snow still falling moderate to heavily out there. Afternoon and evening, that's what I was talking about just a second ago. By the afternoon and evening, we should begin to see some improvements. Still likely to be a lot of slick travel out there, just won't be as bad because the snow won't be coming down hard anymore. So if you have to travel tomorrow, afternoon and evening looking the best for it. Late tonight after midnight and tomorrow morning looking the worst for it. All right, let's talk about our ski forecast. You're heading up to the ski resorts this weekend to enjoy that fresh powder. Looking great for it. Sunny skies pretty much at all the ski resorts on Saturday, highs in the 20s and 30s. On Sunday, more clouds, and that's ahead of our next storm, which arrives as we head into Sunday evening. So 2 storms in the pipeline, you guys. 3 winter storms over the next 7 days. So yes, going to be quite the active stretch here. Of course, number 1 comes tonight into tomorrow, 4 to 8 inches or more, potentially in some spots, of snow for most of us. Number 2 comes the second half of the weekend. So these are coming in quick, and we're not getting a big break in between the storms. And Matt is asking, what time is it going to start? 7 to 11 p.m. If you give me your exact location, Matt, I can probably give you a little bit better of a time. 7 to 11 p.m. tonight, though. Storm number 2 begins Sunday night, continuing through the day on Monday. This one, as of right now, looking more of a mix to rain situation at the coastline. Likely to still get a little bit of snow, but it's looking mainly mix and rain. The mountains, this will likely be a big, heavy snowstorm for the mountains on Sunday night and Monday. Storm number 3 comes in Wednesday night and Thursday of next week. As of right now, things look mainly snow. Of course, that could shift as well. But yes, 3 winter storms. I want to get all of these on your radar. If you're planning on traveling during any of these time frames or just have anything going on during any of these 3 time frames, that is just be aware that there will be 3 winter storms over the next week. What are the chances of schools being closed Monday in Auburn? That's a good question, Cameron. I appreciate that. Because you're so far inland, we might have 4-day weekends going on in some parts of Maine because Auburn has a much better chance of staying more snow with that Sunday night to Monday storm. I think it's a little early to make that call yet, but I'd say the odds are already pretty good that you have a 4-day weekend in Auburn. Depends on where you live. Southern area between 6 and 10 p.m. Maria, you have been listening. Great job. You are absolutely right. Southern areas between 6 and 10, really between 7 and 10 in Maine. If you're in New Hampshire, likely a little earlier. Beth in Brunswick, probably closer to 10 p.m. starting there for you tonight. Starting when in Rumford, likely closer to 8 or 9 p.m. tonight. It would be my best guess in Rumford, Tammy. Storm number 2, likely to stay snow in the Lewiston area. Mike, that's the way it's looking right now. I would say the odds are very good of staying mainly snow, but there might be some mix, maybe sleet or even just plain rain mixing in. But as of right now, looking more snow towards Lewiston. In Leamington and York County, probably 7 to 8 p.m. tonight, Travis. And what about tonight's into Friday for school in Auburn? I've been saying this earlier. I think the chances are very, very good for school cancellations and delays tomorrow, Chelsea. So thanks for all the questions, you guys. I appreciate them. You can keep asking them in there, and of course, I'll be happy to answer them. All right, quick look at our second storm. This is not the storm coming tonight. This is Sunday night and into Monday. And look at this storm. This one looks way more potent in terms of wind and potentially coastal impacts, as well as rain and, of course, snow for inland areas. So Mike asked about number 2, likely to stay snow in the Lewiston area. This look right here would be good for snow in the Lewiston area. You can see inland Maine at this point on Monday morning, all snow. Coastal Maine, probably rain or mix. So we're going to see we're going to have to see how this storm trends. If it trends a little bit further offshore, will be all snow everywhere. If it trends further inland, places like Lewiston, Auburn, Augusta would be changing over to rain. So that'll be something to watch as we head through this weekend. All right, I'm going to pull back up our snow map here and our snow graphics to talk about that real quick. Here we go. One quick look at the snow map. Yeah, so pretty much snow for the next week, LOL. Thanks, Chelsea. Yeah, that is probably an accurate assessment, I would say. A lot of snow in many locations. Now, coastal Maine's probably going to miss out on getting snow for all of these events, but inland Maine will certainly get a lot. All right. Snow totals. If you have any questions about this, let me know, and I will break down the start time once again as well, coming up here in just a second. 4 to 8 inches for southern Maine. That includes greater Portland, Lewiston, Auburn, Augusta. Augusta really right on the line there, probably closer to 4 to 5 inches in Augusta. Southern Oxford County, all of York County, all of the mid-coast as well, included in that 4 to 8 inch range. Now we had a question about the timing of this storm. I'm going to go through Storm Tracker one last time here before I sign off this morning, I should say. All right, here we are going through this afternoon. Clouds will gradually increase through the day. All right, here comes the snow. 7 p.m., the snow is entering far southern Maine. By about 9 or so, 10 p.m., likely entering greater Portland area. As we head towards 11 p.m., 10, 11 p.m., likely entering the Brunswick area, Lewiston, the mid-coast, and then by midnight for pretty much all of us. And here we are at 2:30 a.m., seeing very heavy snow out there for pretty much all of us. So we're really going to see things ramping up after midnight. Before midnight, it should start pretty quickly, but before midnight, there may be a little rain mixing in. It might take it a little bit to really get going. So I would think midnight and thereon, that's when things will go downhill, especially for that morning commute tomorrow. I want to show you guys 9 a.m. Here we go, seeing moderate to heavy snow still falling out there, tapering off by the afternoon. And like I mentioned, 2 more storms to go next week. We've got one Monday or Sunday night into Monday, another one Wednesday night into Thursday. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Hope you get those snow preps done. Maybe fill up the snowblower with gas for tomorrow. You'll probably end up needing it in many areas. So plowable snow on the way tonight and into tomorrow. We'll have updates for you, of course, here on CBS 13 and Fox 23 all through the rest of the day. So have a great day, everybody, and stay safe out there.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13 and Fox 23.